Hello, and welcome to Year of the Vampire. This week we watched Lifeforce, and it was unique.
I was actually really surprised. I went into this movie thinking that I would hate it.
Yeah, I've had it.
But I did get my hopes up when I saw that it was directed by Tobe Hooper. So
I didn't know who that was, but you enlightened me.
The guy who directed the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yes, which you told me right before we watched it.
Yeah.
But, I'm glad it wasn't bad. It was good.
Well, before we get to that, let's do our discussion points. Plot. What did you think of the plot of basically astronauts find an alien spaceship and bring back freaking energy vampires to Earth?
Naked people in crystal pods.
Well, they're energy vampires, but yes.
Well, you didn't know that from the start. I mean, that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
But it's weird, but interesting. It was kind of a slow burn.
Yeah, I didn't know that this was actually an adaptation of a book. You didn't know that either. So when you mentioned this to me before we started these videos, book's really short, like 120 pages, I think. So I'm thinking I might just grab a digital copy of it and just give it a read through.
All right.
Because I don't know, it sounds interesting, and I want to see how the book is.
Should be worth looking into. What do you think about the acting?
All right, I thought the acting was a little hammy a lot of the time.
It had its moments of
cheesiness. I can give them credit for how much passion they threw in. Plus, I mean, we got a surprise Patrick Stewart in the last third of the movie.
Yeah, I was not expecting to see Patrick Stewart in this.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he's using his actual accent.
Doesn't he usually when he's talking?
Does he?
Yeah, he's British. I knew that. Well, do you not watch American Dad?
I mean, yeah, it's the only time I don't know. It was fun, but
yeah. All right, acting I think was the least impressive part of the movie in my opinion because a lot of it was kind of hammy, but it was the '80s and it
definitely had its over the top moments too, which isn't a bad thing for the style the movie was.
Sound and music.
It was good. Got intense in some parts, but
it had a really good kind of orchestral score to it, but I actually really liked the weird sounds that the husk vampire people were making near the beginning.
God, they used a lot of theremins in this.
Yeah, that too. I don't know. Yeah, the music and background sounds, just the kind of noises that some of the vampire victims made, just the really raspy gurgling sounds.
Oh my God.
It was creepy, but
it worked really good.
Yeah, the sound was really effective.
Yeah, it worked well with the movie.
Cinematography. How'd you think about how it was filmed overall?
It was cool. It was just I don't really know how to describe it. It's what you would kind of expect.
I don't
for
think
a movie
it didn't jump. It didn't jump around too much like some movies do.
No.
And I also don't think it. But it also didn't linger on shots too much, which I appreciated. It let you get a good feel for everything that's happening in a particular scene with the different characters.
Yeah, they got the scenes done and just kind of went on.
I also appreciated that for some of the things they didn't show too much. For some of the CG, obviously some of the CG is dated. It was 1986 or 1985, I think.
I think it was 85.
Yeah, so the CG is obviously not going to be fantastic, but they didn't linger on the shots, like I said.
There's minimal on it.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to that in a jiffy here.
So right now, the special effects. The CG was not horrible, as I said. It's dated, but you're going to have to expect that. But
it was minimal. Just, aside from the extensive amounts of blue lightning, hence Lifeforce.
And the freaking, souls and crap toward the end.
Yeah.
Which those didn't really stay on the screen very much either.
Nah, they got the point across and just kind of moved on with it. But there's, some of the things with the skin and that weird blood scene, that was pretty wild, actually.
Yeah, I don't think the blood holds up as well as the lightning and the soul effects, but that was really interesting.
I still thought it was cool.
We're obviously not going to spoil it for anyone that hasn't seen it, but the blood scene, I was not expecting the blood scene because something like that never happens before in the movie and it never happens again after.
It was just a one scene.
It came out of goddamn nowhere, but I have to appreciate that. But I think what we wanted to talk about especially was the practical effects,
there
usual.
Was so much practical effects.
All right, I mentioned the husk vampires earlier because the first few like victims, I guess, became these like really really skeletal, like brownish, emaciated brownish gray like husks of bodies. Excuse me,
like just dried out.
And they actually used animatronics with fake skin over them for those scenes, and I thought it was actually really cool.
And like towards the end, when they started getting a lot more apocalyptic looking with the
there was like
people.
Yeah, you see dozens of people with this like kind of ghoulish peeling skin makeup on them, and I just really liked it. I thought this movie was really well done.
It got really crazy.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting how crazy this movie got. I wasn't expecting anything that happened. I wasn't expecting that freaking ending. But most importantly, I was not expecting to like it as much as I did. But I think this is one of my favorite ones that we've watched so far.
It's like a slow burn at the beginning, but it really ramps up.
It picks up, and so much happens. But not so much that you don't understand what's going on.
No, they don't like leave you questioning anything really.
So yeah, I'm surprised this got such bad scores.
Yeah,
and it absolutely bombed in theaters. It was a $25 million budget, and at least in the U.S. box office, it made less than 12.
Like about 11 million.
Yeah.
Back. I don't know. I can't believe I sat on this for like over a decade. I've just had it sitting on my computer for so long.
Really?
Yeah. Like with all my other vampire movies, but like. I remember just looking up something about it. I was like, this movie's going to be cheesy as hell. I'm not going to watch it.
Some of it was cheesy, but it's kind of what gives the movies of this era their charm, is that cheesiness.
But I can't believe I waited so long. Like, I kind of feel bad I waited long now because I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah.
Like, it was really good.
Like, we usually give our recommendations. My recommendation is, like, leave what you usually expect from a vampire movie just kind of at the door as you go into this.
It's different.
And just ignore like the low ratings that this movie has gotten, because we really enjoyed it, and there's a chance you might really enjoy it too.